and we'll walk and walk forever till we say our last goodbye. There's a sadness in this moment. How I wish that you would stay, but I know you must be leaving as the last tide ebbs away. Even rises in the morning, curlews cry out of the mist, Mary's waiting on her mooring for the first tide's gentle kiss.
Darkness falls into the mist, swirling through the river reeds, creeping, gurgling over fields, moaning in the wind and trees, creaking, dancing, silently. Darkness chases after me. Darkness chases after me. Darkness chases after me. Darkness falls into the mist, swirling through the river reeds, creeping, gurgling over fields, moaning in the wind and trees, creaking, dancing, silently, dancing, silently. sea. I am the pull of the moon that brings it back up the estuary. I am the wind in the sails that carries the birds on outstretched wing. I am the sound of the voices that roam through the fields. I am everything. Arise out of the mist and come to shore. You'll see the view from here forevermore. The wheel turns round and round. Listen, bathe in the sound, and then cross the bridge between this place and time. I am the spirit that makes the river flow out to sea. I am the pull of the moon that brings it back up the estuary. I am the wind in the sails that carries the birds on outstretched wing. I am the sound of the voices that run through the fields. I am everything. He wears the badge and holds a shield of honour, pushing darkness from the new moon into the light of the blacksmith's forge. Thrusting the sword, he feels the glinting, magical clinking of steel ringing, a bell tolling a single note of strength amidst the hammered patterns, the drumbeats and sparks. Whatever happens, insiders always look up to those outside who bravely stand alone.
First one of the evening to have the answer lights on.
women on the banks wailed as the ghostly ship sailed by and disappeared into the mist with whispers of a sunken place, underground, under mounds, a labyrinth of caves packed full of gold, stretching from river to sea. For life and death are one, even as the river and the sea are one. And with the queens we cry farewell, imagining a lost city under the sea, a hive of honeycombs, hexagons studded with garnets, dripping red blood, and dripping water becoming a flood, a torrent to carry the soul home. For life and death are one, even as the river and the sea are one. Where did the ship go? Lost, tossed on waves that sunk so many, or buried underground, under mounds? We bathed him in oils, to let him slip and slide into the silvery mud. Yes, we gave him to the flood, for life and death are one, even as the river and the sea are one. Yes, life and death are one, even as the sea and the river are one.
Spirit of Beowulf. The spirit of Beowulf is alive and well across our land with a legend to tell. Who was this hero we have come to admire? We tell his story with song and lyre. Beowulf is said to be the Prince of Geats, who comes to Denmark and a monster meets. This monster is said to be half man, half beast, who doesn't like noise, treasure, or feast. The King of Denmark, Hrothgar his name, enjoys a prosperous and successful reign. He builds a hall that is called Heorot, and all his warriors feast a lot. But all the noise from this hall causes anger to Grendel. He pays a call. This monster lives in swamp nearby and waits till darkness to vent his hand kill. Far away their plight is heard by a man called Beowulf, who is not afeared. He sails to Denmark with a chosen few, hardy warriors determined to slew. The King of Denmark holds a feast to honour Beowulf in his quest. A man called Unfer doubts the train and challenges Beowulf to play the game. Beowulf wins and receives the cheer from all the Danish warriors who fear that this great monster will not be slain, so their lives will be normal again. Later that night, Grendel arrived. But Beowulf fights, and Grendel's terrified. How can a man be stronger than he, when unarmed and mortal be? They struggle, and Grendel tries to flee. But Beowulf tears his armor, you see. Mortally wounded to the swamp he goes, and waits to die. This he knows. The severed arm is hung up high as a trophy for Beowulf's victory. Hrothgar holds a feast to honour this man called Beowulf, a true warrior. The songs and praise go in tonight. They did not know there was another fight. But Grendel's mother, who was distraught at her son's death, has come to root. She roared her way to the wall, thrashing those in her thrall. She then did kill the king's adviser, and shrank away before they found her. Beowulf and his fellow men go to the swamp and search for her den. He dives below and finds her lair, and kills him with a sword of spear. He sees the body of Grendel now, and brings the head to Hrothgar. The Danish people shout and cheer, because he has rid them of all fear. Beowulf returns to his own land, where he is fated and held in hand by the king and queen who treat him well, with all the stories he could tell. In time, the hero ascends the throne and rules for 50 years alone. He looks after those who want to live without the fear that monsters give. When Beowulf is old, a thief disturbs a mound or barrow a dragon burns. Enraged, the dragon fires his blade, and all the gifts wrecked his heart. Beowulf knows that though he's old, he must fight this dragon and be bold. This will be his very last fight. The cost is heavy from a dragon bite. The dragon has bitten Beowulf's neck. Venom flows. It's hard to bear. The hero falls and all dies. But Beowulf's spirit will arise. Beowulf made a wish to be buried overlooking the sea. This was done, and with him went his sword, his treasure, and his helmet. Today, I think the Beowulf's spirit is on the river and even in it. If you think of just one thing, let it be Beowulf, the hero